What is up, my friends? How's it going? And welcome back to our Mauryan campaign with your fellow comrade Summary. We are in the 24th episode of this campaign. And in the previous episode, we saw our armies push from Syria westwards into Galatia and Cappadocia, and from Palmyra down towards Tyros and gain a foothold in Yehuda. After conquering Galatia and Cappadocia, we moved even further westwards, took out the capital Nicomedia, as well as Anthea from Thracia, as well as we moved further westwards and captured all of Egypt's holdings in the Aegean mainland. However, moving quickly back into the campaign, we now have a situation where Egypt, after laying siege to Pergamon, actually released a faction. We aren't at war with them at the moment. However, we are going to declare war against them, and we have two armies stationed right outside their walls. And they do have a small army over here that we can attack, therefore enticing the army within the settlement as well as the garrison to sally forth. And after defeating them, we should be able to take the city without much of a fight. However, when we look what exactly is going on over here, you can see Rodos has landed an invasion force. They have kind of pushing through the... see if I can actually... No, they can't go through there. Meanwhile, Egypt's army has moved away because I did try to engage it and it moved further inland. And yeah, I could potentially, land on Rhodos and try to take the city for myself. However, I do have some Egyptian fleets that are patrolling the area. It is a bit concerning. Nicomedia is also not entirely garrisoned, so they could decide to go ahead and attack Nicomedia. Meanwhile, up here in the north in Thracia, I did decide to move my army from Olbia all the way down into Odessos. We do have a military access with the Romans in order to protect Anthea from any naval invasions. So before we go ahead and declare war, we are sending our, high gravitas spouses on diplomatic missions against Rome in order to hopefully gain some provinces from them. And you'll always get the provinces that border, I'm sorry, not this one, that border your own provinces. So we could get either Pulpodeva or Odessos, whichever one. It's going to be quite good. However, it is hard because 3 of the criteria for getting a province or a successful diplomatic mission in which you do get a province is number 1, maximizing the relationships with the faction at a maximum of 200 relationships. And that's not a problem because, as you can see, we have 241 with the Romans. Not by standard spending money and trying to improve the relationship with the Romans. Pretty much at war with the entire world, and so are the Romans. So that's pretty much giving us all, as you can see right there, pretty much giving us all our relationships with the Romans. The second thing is we need to have 800 gravitas on the character. We currently have only 704 over here. I'll go ahead quickly select that for +2 gravitas per turn. And the more gravitas or 800 gravitas you have, the higher the chance to proc a successful diplomatic mission. And the last criteria obviously also factors in the size of the empire. And the Roman Empire is quite big, as you can see right now, rather the Roman Republic. They are pushing into Egypt. I don't like that. As a result, it's going to be very hard to kind of, get anything from them. Meanwhile, down here in the Levant, I have gathered 3 armies in preparation to push into Jerusalem. And from Jerusalem, we should have a staging ground to invade Egypt if we can get there before the Romans do. What do we have here? Do we have an army or do we have admirals? Alright, we have admirals. Right. And apart from that, I also managed to land an army onto Cyprus. So we are going to go ahead and lay siege to that city. However, without any further ado, we are going to go ahead, attack this faction. Allies are Ptolemies, who we are already at war with. And I don't really have to fight this. We are getting good. A fairly decent, I would say, auto-resolve. So I'm going to go ahead, auto-resolve that. Go ahead, let's enslave everyone. Alright. Move a little bit closer. And we're looking at 94%. That is pretty good, but if I can improve that chance, that would be great. 97, that's much better. So hopefully should not lose any units here. It's cutting it pretty close with our chariots. We're gonna go ahead, and there's pretty much nothing we require. Actually, we could use a couple of buildings here, so I am gonna go ahead, occupy the settlement. I've kind of destroyed that faction over there. I have no remorse for doing so. And oh, that's good. It is level 6, so let's go ahead, convert that into a commercial settlement. Upgrade that, polish that. I want to build an outskirts. Yeah, some more industrial buildings. We do have only one as an eastern faction. Usually Greeks, Carthaginians, and Romans get 2. That is kind of bad. However, we can also convert this right here. I'm not interested in farming at all. Although 10% wealth from commerce, from commercial stimulation is not bad. Can go ahead and get maybe either entertainment, or we can get this building right here, Eastern Spice Bazaar. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and convert that to an Eastern Spice Bazaar. So let's do that. And yeah, very quickly we can also lay siege to Salamis. Not the best of auto-resolve results, however, it is a simple garrison fight, and I believe you guys have already seen a lot of that. So just going to go ahead and bite the bullet here, auto-resolve there. And I could technically loot the settlement, but I'm just gonna occupy it because, you know, I did auto-resolve it, and that kind of affected, you know, the casualties that I had taken. So I'm gonna try my best to replenish over there. Looking at side, we don't have a decent garrison. However, there are no major threats in the region that can, you know, potentially backstab us over there. So I am kind of prepared to sit over there. Now it is time to push towards Jerusalem. That army should retreat. Get this guy over here. And then over there. It's going to be a very bad auto-resolve, so we can move this army close by and get our leader to attack this army. Now that is a good or decent auto-resolve, so we're going to go ahead, auto-resolve that, and that should kind of wipe out that army. Great. Now we are going to move closer over there, and our leader can move ahead and attack this army. However, if I do... Yeah, it does give 81%. However, I can improve that if I move my faction leader up ahead and attack this army. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and he might stand and fight, so we are going to have to kind of fight this one. And I will see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. Do have some rain going on over here. And just a quick look at the enemy army composition. As you can see, we have some fairly light shock cavalry, some missile cavalry over there on the left flank, a few missile troops, mainly peltaste, so javelin troops, and they do have phalangite. So I am gonna hurl at the phalangite. Try to whittle them down, because keep in mind phalangite are better than our main troops. So I ideally want to deal with all the phalangite if I can. There we go. Phalangites are really strong in a head-to-head confrontation. However, one of their weaknesses is that they are extremely vulnerable to missile fire. So we are going to focus all our missile fire on the phalangite, hopefully get some kills before they can reach us. And even if we can't, because of their high armor value, we will be able to kind of take down their HP or their health pool. Meanwhile, the peltasteos over here are moving closer towards our elephants, and that's kind of a problem because as you can tell, peltastes are pretty good against elephants. However, our general has caught up to that peltast unit, and he is promptly defeating it. I'm gonna keep him moving, as well as this elephant unit over here. Come on, keep moving. There we go. Great. Inspire with our general. Alright, get over there. Shock cavalry can hit that cavalry. Unfortunately, I couldn't do the double tactic, so some of my cavalry are going to take some losses over here. However, since we did charge with 2 units, we do have an advantage. Alright. Looks like we have taken care or dealt with the general. And yeah, gonna move up with my chariots.
The battle is turning in our favor.
See, the phalangite are kind of losing decisively. Keep moving those chariots. Great. Now we can move our general out of there. Come on. Get our chariots back. Elephants did fairly well. Cavalry over here also did fairly well. Quickly move our cavalry. Okay, they want to engage, so we're gonna move our cavalry. Fairly spread out, which is, you know, it very rarely happens. Keep moving our elephants. Get our chariots. Attack there. And we want to get our swordsmen into the fight. And get our macemen in there as well. And with this elephant charge, they should lose decisively. So I'm going to move my cavalry over there. Oh, meanwhile, I didn't notice over here. Yeah, keep moving that cavalry. Come on. Get our chariots to assist the general as quickly as he can. Split up our horsemen to attack both. I'm guessing both units. We managed to lose 1 elephant unit. Yeah, and with that, we have pretty much defeated this army over here. And yeah, I will see you all in the campaign. Alright, with that, we have defeated this army over here. We are gonna go ahead and slave the captives. That army has retreated towards Egypt. Meanwhile, we can move our army closer towards Jerusalem. And now the auto-resolve should be really good. We are gonna go ahead and auto-resolve that one. And down the garrison goes. With that, we can loot the settlement. Gonna have a quick look at what they have. They don't have much of the buildings I like, so yes, I am gonna go ahead and loot it. And yeah, gonna go ahead, repair a couple of buildings. Dismantle the others. Won't require a lot of them. And as you can see, yeah, we have dealt and taken out pretty much the entirety of Yehuda in this turn. And as well as conquered the Asian mainland. Now I do want to resolve the situation over here, probably hunt down this Egyptian army as well as this Rhodian army. Hopefully gain some kind of garrison in both Ephesus, side, Nicomedia, Anthea. And then I can push forward and launch a naval invasion of Rhodos. Meanwhile over here, our armies will have to wait for a bit for some replenishment. This army is the one that's taken the maximum amount of battering, so we are going to move them back towards Tyros for some replenishment. And up here, we do have Sena 11 Asia under Chandragupta, our grandson, moving towards Tyros, so that's also good. And let's have a quick look at our provinces, see if we can build up anything. Seems unlikely. So I am gonna go ahead and end the turn by the looks of it. There are a lot of buildings we can upgrade, but as I said, we are going to be a little bit more economical with our gold since we aren't making that much. Go ahead, upgrade that building. Should be cheap to do so. And so therefore, with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Keep in mind, in terms of victory conditions, we are inching closer towards a cultural victory. We needed the provinces of Bactria, Partava, Maka, our starting province, Parsa, Mesopotamia, and Varism. And we also needed to build Saraswati Devi temple and the Vishnu Deva temple. Research over 30 technologies. We have currently researched 39. And have culture dominant, which means at 60% in 15 provinces. Currently it's at 14. However, if you have a look at some of our provinces, we're very close to getting that 60%, especially if you consider Galatia and Cappadocia, which is at 54%. Growing at 1.3% per turn, so that means in the next turn it should be 56 and then 4 turns from then. So in about 5 turns, we will have achieved a cultural victory. And I'm going to pretty much leave it up to you guys what you want me to do from there on out. I mean, you know, it's pretty much either I'm going to continue, wipe out Egypt, become the pharaoh of Egypt, as well as, or we could go ahead and attack the Romans and pretty much gain control of the Hellenistic world over here, you know, and even, you know, make our borders nice and, you know, push up into Libya and kind of look like an Alexandrian empire. Or I could just end it at that cultural victory, which is about 5 turns from now, and call it a, you know, successful campaign, because as you can see, we are pretty much the largest faction. The Romans are also quite big, if I should say so myself. And however, you know, it's pretty much going to be really easy from here on in. I mean, once we do take out Egypt, taking on the Romans should not be that difficult, especially if we're not fighting on their home turf, which is Italy. Pretty much it's going to be a grind, or a fairly easy grind, to take out all of their Greek holdings, and then perhaps liberate all their non-Greek holdings over here. That should give us a lot of alliances up here. And then, of course, we could, you know, take out all their Libyan holdings, as well as liberate all the other African holdings over here. Give us a lot, again, another bunch of allies in the region. Pretty much relegating Rome to Italy, Narbonenses, Spain, and the Mediterranean, or Western Mediterranean islands. And yeah, once we are at that level, it is easy to attack the Romans. I mean, they will have the turmoil in Italy, which kind of gives them a full stack, but however, you can work around that. Especially if you are in control of Cisalpina. So the way you kind of deal with the turmoil in Italy is that if you are at war with Rome and you have even an army in Magna Graecia, then in the next turn, or Latium, then in the next turn, they do get a proc from an event, which gives them a full stack of their best units in their capital. And so that is problematic if you have a bunch of Roman armies in the region. Now, one way to do this is to either conquer Rome first, which prevents them from having that event trigger, or you just basically don't fight in Latium or Magna Graecia against the Romans. So one of the best ways to do it is obviously you can attack Rome first, but one of the best ways to do it is to hold Cisalpina, as that is the closest province to Latium and subsequently Rome. Now, once you do that, you kind of wipe out any Roman armies that try to make its way up north, kind of get that upper hand, and then when you have 3 or 4 armies within Cisalpina, kind of march one army to siege down Arretium, and then you march a couple of armies to bypass that army and take out Rome. And when you end the turn, then Roma doesn't have their capital city anymore, and the event turmoil in Italy will not trigger. So that's how you work around that. However, enough waffling about how to defeat the Romans. Let's go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Alright, so welcome back to the next turn. We have finished researching some technologies, so we are going to go ahead and do that. And complete our economic research with fixed tariffs. Meanwhile, as you can see, we are at 55% culture, so we have pretty much just 4 turns before we win a cultural victory. Quickly go ahead and build up this province. A couple of temples in here. Temples in here as well. And we are going to move this army back up into Tyros for some replenishment. Tyros should have a decent amount of population. Yep. And this army can keep marching now towards Jerusalem. Perfect. Meanwhile, this army can go and garrison Charax, because we are at war with the Mamlukat in Saba down to our south. Alright, a very quick look at what's going on up here in Egypt. Or Asia Minor rather. I'm gonna go ahead and try to sabotage this army. That kind of failed. We are gonna go ahead and put our army in Nicomedia for that replenishment. And once some of these armies are replenished, then that should kind of resolve our situation up here in the north. Go ahead and garrison Anthea as well, get that extra public order. That is always helpful. And since we actually control Ephesus, I am going to go ahead and recruit an agent over here, a diplomat. This growth pattern guy looks good. Does he have anything else that in public order? That definitely is good. However, cultural conversion is also quite powerful. So let's, I think, go ahead and go for the growth pattern guy. Meanwhile, I can use my army over here to attack Egypt over there. I'm not going to bother fighting this one, so I am just simply going to auto-resolve it. Go ahead and enslave them. Can I chase them further? I cannot, so they could potentially attack Pessinus. However, the garrison is fairly good over there. They could attack side. The garrison is also decent over there, so not too concerned. I guess we can attempt another sabotage, so let's go ahead and do that. And it has failed. So I just learned something new today. You can sabotage an army twice, I guess. Yeah, the population isn't looking all that great. Where can this army march up to? He can march up to Ephesus, which is kind of what we want. Meanwhile, I could march my general up here to the north in order to try to boost our replenishment rate. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Get this guy all the way up there. Put him on patrol stance. And now, since we have a lot of money, let's go ahead and upgrade all our settlements. Starting off with the farms, we do want to get that plus 15 food. And upgrade the supply pit over there. And over here, we can get another temple. Convert this building at last. Alright. Upgrade this building. And we can upgrade this horse building over here. That's also good. And upgrade this building as well. Okay. Upgrade this food building. Right. And what happened here? Ah, okay, I did dismantle this because I am trying to repurpose this province as a research province now, so... Okay, things are looking good. I mean, go ahead, upgrade those buildings over there. Great. And we can upgrade this building over here. Go ahead, upgrade those coastal settlements. As we can upgrade this settlement over here in Mesopotamia. We've pretty much used up all of our gold. However, we should make a lot of gold in the next turn. And with that, I think I am ready to end the turn and see you all in the next turn. Right, welcome to the next turn. Getting some more gold. While over here, our armies are almost replenished, so that's great. They will, however, not replenish in the next turn, as we do not have population in the region. That's not much of a problem. Our armies are slowly replenishing in Yehuda. All but the exception of this one over here. And we could actually just roll our general down south, because anyways we are not getting any. Could get some replenishment down there, so we are going to move him down towards Jerusalem. Keep him close to the city, or actually I'm going to move him as close as I can. Build up some of our provinces a bit more. The garrison in Tyros is looking fairly decent. However, we are slowly improving the garrison in Salamis. Meanwhile, Egypt has moved to the south, so we are going to try to catch up with him. Get him over there. Up. Okay. Attempt another sabotage with our spy. And he has successfully sabotaged that. Meanwhile, Rhodos has kind of ventured forth and attacked a Roman fleet. And as such have left Rhodos undefended. So I am going to go ahead, quickly move my army towards Rhodos. Yep, and we can lay siege to the settlement. Quick look at, this main army can attack our army, so we are going to move our army into Ephesus in order to defend Ephesus. Up here in the north, we're going to move our army into Pergamon, just in case the Nabateans decide to pull something funny. 56, so we do have another 4 more turns before this campaign comes to a close. And I'm going to go ahead and send a character to kind of engage in diplomacy against the Romans. Shakti over here is pretty good. 750. I do believe that should be among the best that we have. 732 for Harita. Yes, 750. Gonna go on that diplomatic mission with Rome. And hopefully they give me a settlement. Meanwhile, we don't really have any population in Pergamon, so we aren't going to replenish in this turn. Quickly go ahead and build up that building. Have another quick look. We can upgrade everything over here. Palmyra, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we can upgrade stuff here as well in Mesopotamia. As well as we can upgrade stuff here in Parsa. And bam. And now let's go ahead and jump right into the Battle of Rhodos. I do want to take as minimum casualties as I can, because we have a stack of Nocians on our doorstep. What I am actually going to do is kind of see if the Romans will attack that. Now we can go ahead and attack Rhodos, and I will see you all in the battle. Alright, so welcome to the battle. The enemy army is going to push up forward, so we are going to fast forward this battle, as it's going to be a fairly easy garrison battle. Firing. Right. This cavalry unit has pushed up. We are going to try to attack them. Go ahead, attack that cavalry unit on the right. Move up our elephants over here. Cavalry has done well, as you see. Because of our elephants and our cavalry combination, we have taken 0 casualties in that engagement on the left flank.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Go ahead, get our cavalry closer up over there. And cavalry can go ahead and charge over there. Meanwhile, we can get our chariots into position. Charge our elephants into the backs over there. That's great. Pull our cavalry back out. Move our elephants. We are going to attempt to encircle over here. Elephants can go ahead and charge again.
The battle is turning in our favor.
And we can pincer these guys with our elephants. Get our cavalry up there.
Our general is under attack.
Elephants can go ahead, attack that unit as well. And with that, we have won the battle. Alright, welcome back to the campaign. We have finally conquered the entirety of Asia. That is great, because we can now make some insane amount of gold. We are going to hire a couple of governor generals over here, starting with our youngest person. Raise a fleet. Put it up in Rodos. And yeah, let's go ahead and rename that 137 Rodos. And we can also kind of move this army out of Pergamon and put up another governor general in Pergamon. Raise an army. Put him in Pergamon. And we can go ahead, 135 Pergamon. There we go. Now what we can do is kind of stop some of our edicts in some places. Preferably, where do we have edicts? Need that edict over there. Let's have quickly move like this. Syria is good. I want to leave that edict on. Mada also, I want to leave that on. I can remove in Parsa, so I am going to go ahead. Maybe not Parsa, because Parsa can still level up. However, over here in Carmania, that's not required. City is already leveled up. As well as in Swarazm, it's not really required. Perfect. Looking good. So let's go ahead, get that commercial stimulation edict over there. And at the same time, we can put the growth edict over here in Cappadocia and Galatia. Although we are fairly close to completely leveling up or expanding this province. Now that we have that in place, let's go ahead and turn on the taxes in Asia Minor. And as you can see, we are already making 67,000 ducats per turn now, as Asia Minor is already at a whopping 29%. Oh, sorry, 29,000, almost 30,000. Gonna move our dignitary up there and deploy him. And the last thing we can do, probably march out some of our dignitaries closer in order to help with the cultural conversion in Asia. It is going to take a while for our culture to convert in Asia. You can see 2.8, so that's almost 3 per turn. So if we're looking at 10 turns, that's about 30. So that should bring us up to 43. That will still not be enough to gain some cultural dominance. Meanwhile, over here, we are also slowly beginning to convert this province into our own culture. Here as well, yep. So I guess with that I can go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Alright, welcome back to the next turn. We have lost a general. The end turn, actually, I will go ahead and explain what exactly happened. Guy, I don't know. Alright. So what exactly happened is that in the end turn, Knossos as well as Rhodos attacked us in Ephesus. However, we have fended off that army, and as you can see, we have kind of replenished as well. So that is kind of great. We have kind of stabilized the situation in the Aegean Sea as a result of that. However, it was a fairly costly battle. We did lose a couple of units. I mean, in terms of the amount of units we did lose. However, our army is intact. Although it was a full stack, I decided not to show the battle because we are running out of time with the episode. And yeah, as such, things are looking good in the Aegean now for us. We're quickly going to move this general over here, try to attack that army. He moves closer to the settlement. Should reinforce. And this is actually the faction leader. What a way he goes down. There we go. Beautiful. Gonna enslave all of those populations. Pop our army into side. Some replenishment. Meanwhile, get a spy up north here. Into Rome. Our main army over here has kind of replenished. So I am going to pursue the Egyptians. Meanwhile, our armies over here have also kind of replenished. Do have this army over here that can move down towards Jerusalem. So I am going to go ahead and do that. This army over here can kind of move towards the edge of Jerusalem. That might leave Jerusalem vulnerable to an attack from the Nabata. However, I doubt they should do that. Meanwhile, we do have some armies up here that are slowly progressing towards Palmyra. I'm going to see if I can piece them out. Perhaps for a payment. It's high, so yeah, I'd rather do that. I don't really want to fight them. How about you? Will you go for a peace with me? I give you 50. It is high as well, so that is great. Okay, 15. I like that. Go ahead. So yeah, things looking fairly good in Arabia for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to attack this army, see what our auto-resolve is. At 99%, I'm happy to auto-resolve. Although that means I will not be able to kind of replenish in this turn. And with that, I can actually push on into Egypt and take out Alexandria. That is great. And pretty much we're gonna go ahead, pop into this battle. And after this battle, I will go ahead and end the video. Alright, welcome to the battle. I'm gonna quickly move up our archers as well as our towers. Get them into position. Get our siege equipment as well into range. Get our elephants into range as well. And get our spearmen up to the gates in order to burn down those gates. And we can fast forward this battle since we don't have much time. Okay, go ahead. This can begin firing into the enemy unit. closer up to those gates and start burning them down. Come on. Ooh, our siege towers up ahead. Keep going, keep going. Meanwhile, over here, some of our artillery is taking a beating. So we're gonna have to quickly try to get a breach in the wall. Go for it, 54%. %. We got some of those units over there. Go ahead, attack that segment of the wall now. And get our macemen up on the walls.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, have gone ahead and broken those walls. I'm gonna try to break these ones over here. Move our elephants towards that breach.
Our general is under attack.
No, I want to stop that. We have troops over there. Yeah, we do have a lot of troops over there, so that could end disastrously for us. Actually, I am moving the troops away, so yeah, we can go ahead and attack that segment of the wall now. Come on, troops. Keep moving. I am gonna lose a bunch of those troops. Ah, damn it. Alright. Go ahead, charge with the elephants in there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. The battle is turning in our favor.
Fire with our general. Cavalry can come in here. Okay, we have dealt with that. We are gonna push up our general into that unit. Keep pushing him for the next unit.
Has used all its ammunition.
Go ahead, keep pushing him. Keep pushing. Come on. Hit that unit as well.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And with that, we have won the battle. The only losses we took is from our own units being destroyed at the wall. However, sometimes that tends to happen. Welcome back to the campaign. We have conquered Alexandria. And we are going to go ahead and just simply occupy the settlement. We want some replenishment. Go ahead. Go. And can also move this army down south towards Myos and attack it in the next video. So pretty much in the next video, the objective is going to be to take all of Egypt away from the Ptolemies. And with that, I think, you know, I'm going to leave it up to you guys what we should do in the campaign. And yeah, thank you all for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you like the video, please like the video. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Peace and love.